Hey everyone, this is Dan Charles with Light Forex. It is February 29th, 2020. I'm going to break down for the weekend the major Forex pairs, starting with the Australian USD. Please subscribe to the channel to get more videos, and go to the link in the description box below this video. Okay, Australian USD. Wow, big drop, but you can see here the buyers bought it back up. So let's see if this can have a bounce. Now you can see we have support. I drew in at the lows, which were 6585, and you can see yesterday price came up and hit that exact 6585 resistance and then down. So that's what I talk about when I say support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. We get this huge drop yesterday and then this long upper wick. So from just looking at this, seeing this bit of a rebound, let's see if we get this bounce. But until we get above this resistance, we still have to be bearish, but I'm expecting a bounce. Let's check out the Australian futures. Okay, Australian futures, yeah, we have this gap down on the Australian futures, long lower wick. To me, it looks like we're going to get a rebound. If you look at the 60-minute and the 240-minute, it's really lining up for a rebound. So that's really what I'm looking at for the Australian USD. Let's look at the New Zealand USD, and because the New Zealand and the Australian are going to be very similar. Long lower wick, same thing. Support busted through on the 26th, and that support was around at 6,300. Very important support. So that's now resistance. So we really want to see the New Zealand dollar break above resistance 6,300 to really confirm that this move to the downside is at least temporary over. I'm still expecting a bounce. Just when you get this big long lower wick, it's usually going to be followed by, in a downtrend like this, a bit of a rebound. Now it might just come up, hit some resistance, maybe it hits 63 and then comes down, but I'm expecting more of a rebound. Let's check out the futures as well. Yeah, so this looks just like the Australian dollar, long lower wick, the low 61.92. I'm expecting a rebound on both the Australian and the New Zealand dollar next day. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro USD. Euro USD has been on a big move. Now, when I was looking at this on the 27th, I was expecting a pullback because big rangy candle, just the way this is setting up, it's always going to pull back. It's not just going to open and continue going up without a pullback. So you can see here it did pull back, hitting a low of 1.0951, and then it pulled back up and closed right at the close of the previous day. So going forward, the Euro USD, you can just see on the 60-minute chart, you can see those lower highs in place. And you can see some resistance around 1.1045. So that price needs to break. This 1.1045 needs to bust through before we can really confirm this move going up. To me, it looks more like we could come down next day. Now the center line is 1.0941. Let's see if it can hold that line, but after a move like this, I'm expecting some downside on the Euro USD. Let's take a look at the futures and see. So on the futures, we got this large gap up, gapped up on the 27th, putting in a lower high on the 28th, which was yesterday. You can see this gap up here. So far putting in a lower high. I just don't like this gap, and I don't like this gap right here. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be leaning more towards some more pullback in the Euro USD. Let's move on to the pound. So the pound USD, I drew in this support price around 1.2873 because we've been trending down on the pound, but very choppy. No big moves down, no big moves up, just kind of rangy, but more bearish than bullish, of course. So yesterday we really busted through that support price, but you can see long lower wicks hitting a low of 1.2726. It's got all the markings of a rebound back in the range. So let's see if it can get back above the resistance, which was support, 1.2872. The 60-minute is looking like it could pull back before it does that. It could definitely come back on the hourly time frame. But just when you have this big collapse like this, it's normal to have this rebound. So yeah, just looking at this though, I think it could come back, so it might come back and then turn around for this rebound. Let's take a look and see the British futures though. Okay, well the British futures look quite different than the pound USD. That's interesting. So big drop though, big rangy drop. I'm expecting a rebound. I'm going to be aiming for a rebound on the pound USD. Okay, USD CAD is on quite a run for the bulls. Really liked it. Actually, I liked it here on the 24th. I thought it was going to break out. Definitely liked it on the 26th. Breaking above resistance at 1.3316. Big breakout. And now we got this long upper wick. This has been quite a move. This is ready to pull back. You look at the weekly chart here, and I'd be surprised if this doesn't come back. Could easily come back to around 33, let's see here, 33. That would be a big pullback if it comes all the way down there. But that's... yeah, let's see if it can hold. I would say that would be, let's see if it can hold 34. But realistically, I'd be surprised if that doesn't get taken out. You can see the lower time frames, the 240 and the 60 were already trending down. And this pattern right here is actually very, very similar. This up, down, as we had on the daily chart. We're very up, down, up, down, up, down, and then we finally break out of this choppiness. Looks kind of like that here on the 60s. This actually looks like we could get a bit of a rebound. This could come up before it continues the downtrend. But I just look at this, and to me it looks like it's ready to pull back. So let's take a look at the Canadian dollar and let's see if it looks the opposite. Yeah, the Canadian dollar looks like this is going to rebound. It looks like it's trying to find a bottom. Now I talked about the Canadian dollar needing to hold support at 75. It had strong support at 75 on the Canadian dollar, and it busted through that. You can see it busted through that on the 27th, and then we really dropped yesterday on the 28th. So this definitely looks more like this is going to rebound and the USD CAD is going to drop. Now on the 60, it looks like it could come back before it rebounds. So let's just say this opens, pulls back a little bit, and then continues this uptrend, filling in this gap. So I'm looking for the USD CAD to pull back. Okay, lastly, let's look at the USD yen. Now the USD yen has been trading, correlating with the US stock market, and you can just see here that the stock market has been dropping quite heavy this week. Markets all over have been dropping, and the USD yen has clearly been dropping. Long lower wick, hit this low 107.51. This looks like it's ready for a rebound. Look at the 240. This is telling me rebound coming. Now we got to look at that 109 price. That's going to be an important price. Let's take a look at that on. There we are, 109. Yeah, you really want to see it be above 109. Let's pop on over to the yen futures. Yeah, the yen futures, long gap up. This is really telling me that this should more than likely be ready to pull back. So that's how I'm going to be playing these pairs on the next days when the market opens. All right, I hope you like my analysis. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like my my weekly analysis and my breakdowns. Yeah, please subscribe to the channel, get more videos, and go to the link in the description box below this video. All right, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend.